Week 4, we're back for more. Sadly, the New York Yankees did not pull off a win last night. But that doesn't mean you can't. And I'm talking to you, Chris Gazzaro. Everyone thought you were going to be able to pull it out. You were going to be able to go the unthinkable. 8-0 before week 5. Mathematicians said it couldn't be done. You were trying to prove them wrong. And you couldn't. But the New York Jets won. And the New York Giants won. 2 very good games, I might add. And New York football is back. It's better than ever. And speaking of back, let's get to who may be the most back person of the week. And that is Salvatore the Dinosaur's Fantasy Football Championship odds of being a 4-time champion, because I've never seen anything like it. I did not think Sal, when we moved to, drafting from online to in person, Sal struggled for a few years. But since then, since I'd say about 2 years ago, he has done a complete turnaround. And it's continuing with a 40-point win, roughly, over Bishop Sycamore, who had 91 points. Matt didn't play poorly. DJ Moore got him 23. DJ Moore's looking like a wide receiver 1. It's a great ad for Matt. Matt Prater got him 15, but nobody else really did well. Tom Brady only got 11. It was a weird game in New England. Sal, 21 out of Josh Allen, 24 to Terry McLaurin, 11 out of Tyler Boyd, 13 out of Chase Edmonds, 19 out of James Robinson, who I didn't really like, but he's shutting me up. Sal puts up a 128 bomb. Sal's in first place. Sal's 4-0. Sal's my who's back of the week from never really being gone, but his championship odds of going back-to-back, they're alive and well. So congratulations to you, Sal. 4-0, first place. Kudos. Second game, we're going to go to the birthday boy, Andy Unchained. He turned 26 yesterday, which, it's your fantasy prime, I would say. And I think you gotta make the championship at some point. I did when I was 26. Andrew, yet to be determined. This team, I don't know. He's 2-2. He beat the guy who everybody beats, 0-4 Kyle. And poor Kyle, we'll get into that in a second. Andy got 27 out of Dak, 27 out of Debo, 13 out of Antonio Gibson, 15 out of Najee Harris, who was recently traded to Andrew, 13 out of Jared Cook, 121 points, tip your cap. It's a great week. Poor Kyle, man. 0-4. Can't buy a win. Everybody plays him, scores 120 points. It's a tough break. He doesn't have a bad team. His points for are good, which means he's probably going to be okay in the end, but it's tough right now. It's definitely tough right now. He got 106 points. Zeke got him 20, Russ got him 22, Cooper got him 12, Brown got him 15. Calvin Ridley's been a disappointment, but 106 points, you kind of expect to at least win or be really close. It wasn't even really close. Andy won by 15. Next, we're going to go to Chiquita Banana versus Skinny Kyle. Chiquita Banana, the team maybe most in need of running backs after David Montgomery's injury, was able to put up a 112 bomb due to the help of David Montgomery's 22, Tyreek Hill's 36, and Matt Stafford's 20, which I think is about roughly 80 points between those 3 guys. So that'll always work. Skinny Kyle puts up 88. Joe Burrow gets him 22. It's the revolving door of quarterbacks, but it doesn't really seem to matter. Russell needs wide receivers. I'm going to do a public service announcement right now for Russell. Please trade him your wide receivers. He's asking me, he's asking you, he's asking your mother, he's asking your father, he's asking everybody in your family for wide receivers. He needs wide receivers. Next, a very close matchup between Chubba Hubba and Wanta Fanta. Chris is about to defy the scientific odds of going 8-0 before week 5. He couldn't do it. He ran into 4-0 Wanta Fanta. Got to tip your cap. He won by 0.18. Pretty brutal. Pretty brutal way to lose. Pretty great way to win. Take it from a guy who won by 0.02. Kyler Murray's 22.6. Good enough. Nick Chubb's 10. Scary because Kareem Hunt's kind of looking like the guy, but good enough. Saquon, 24 for Chubba Hubba, 12.7 for Joe Mixon. Lamar Jackson, 19.4, but it just wasn't enough. Tui Wanta Fanta pulls it out, 88.42 to 88.24. If you're dyslexic, you might have thought this was a tie, but no. Stand assured, knowing that this was, in fact, a loss for Chubba Hubba. Next, we'll get into my matchup against Dylan. This was looking like the mud for a really long time. I put up an okay 91 points. Mahomes, Eckler got me pretty much 60, so the rest of my team shit the bed, kind of. Kenny Galladay did all right. Dylan got 68 points. Herbert got him 21. Kamara's been, he got 12 points, but he hasn't been the guy. You know, Keenan Allen's been really strange. It's been a rough go for Herbert Avenue at 1-3, fewest points in the league. I'm going to come back and check on those power rankings in a bit. Last matchup of the week, you know, we got a blowout on our hands here. I know Pat didn't want to recap. I thought about not doing the recap for Pat, but I had to do the recap. Pat lost by 47. Gorman put up a bomb. Everybody in his team had a good week. You know, the Jets contained Derrick Henry and he got 23.7 fantasy points, so pretty much all you can say. Pat didn't get anything out of CeeDee Lamb, didn't get anything out of Thielen. His running backs, you know, Cook's been kind of injured. So it's been a tough go for Pat. He loses 126-79. You know, Jalen Hurts is looking like a pretty decent fantasy option. I mean, the Eagles are awful, but he's doing his thing. Justin Jefferson's starting to show some life. Darren Waller's starting to show some life. Succup's doing pretty well. I mean, you got the man, the myth, the legend, Derrick Henry. So 126 for 3 edges is a lot. Tip your cap. It's a good week for him. Pat, hope CD bounces back next week and can bounce that 79 up to a 99. So without further ado, the power rankings. At 12, I have Dylan. Fewest points in the league, and just his team should be better than it is. It just isn't. It's like the Mets hitting. It's like it should be better than it is, but it just isn't. And at a certain point, it's just like, well, maybe it isn't. So I got Dylan with 12. 11, I got Skinny Kyle because it's kind of the same thing. He's got 11 more points than Dylan. He's got decent running backs. He's got to trade Kareem Hunt for a wide receiver. If Russell can get some wide receivers, I think he could be okay. But Mike, you know, and I know you need wide receivers. I need wide receivers too. I could be the first one to admit it. So that's number 11. 10, I'm going to go with Kirk's Cousins' friend's ball. It's just because Dalvin Cook is looking like, I don't know what he's going to be. You know, Pat's got 355 points for. It's only 4 more than Russell, only 15 more than Dylan. He is 2-2 though, so I give him credit where credit's due. But I got Pat right now at number 10. At 9, I have Bishop Sycamore, who is better than a 9. He's got 390 points for, which is pretty respectable. He's putting up 97, 98 a week. 403 points against. I mean, Matt is the king of the close matchup. But he's just got to, you know, Bishop Sycamore just, if Odell gives him something, he's got to study DJ Moore. He needs Stephon Diggs to kind of return to form. That second running back spot, I mean, Melvin Gordon's available. You know it, I know it. Trade for Melvin Gordon if you really need him. I'm talking to you, Luke. You know, trade for Melvin Gordon. He's not horrible. He's a low-end RB2, but that's better than what Myles Gaskins gave. I'm sorry, I'm going on a tangent. So at 9, I got Stokes. At 8, I have myself. And I have 392 points for. I have 422 points against. My team is just okay. I'm an 8th seed. I'm a 7th seed. Nothing special. Hopefully Zach Moss becomes an RB1 and I can trade him to Luke, but don't know if that's going to happen. I'm worrisome about my wide receivers. Travis Kelce decided to only put up 2 points last week. It wasn't great, so I got myself at 8. At 7, I have 0-4 Hollywood, and a lot of you are going to say, how can you have an 0-4 team at 7? Are you dumb? Are you an accountant? You're doing this? Kyle has 414 points for. He has a staggering 466 points against. Nearly 150 more than Chris. Not 150, but close. And, I mean, that's just brutal. That's going to even out over time. I'm talking to you too, Chris. It's going to even out. I got Kyle at 7 because I think that team is not that bad, to be honest. 406 points for, it's pretty good. I got Kyle at 7. 6, I got Andy. Andy's team is a lot better with Najee Harris than it was without Najee Harris. Andy's team has a shot now. Dak's looking like Dak, and I think Andy's got pretty much a very similar team to me, just kind of better. So, tip my cap to Andy. He's at 6. At 5, I'm going to go with Chuba Hubbard. He lost this week. The points against are really low. He's got 387 points for, which is, you know, I think 8th or 9th in the league. But you give credit where credit's due. He wins. He's 3-1. He lost a tough one this week. He would have been 4-0. But due to the loss, due to the points for, I got Chris at 5. At 4, I'm going to go with Tom Gorman. Tom's got 435 points for. He's got Derrick Henry, the surest thing in fantasy sports outside of Pat Mahomes. He is so good. Tom's going to be there in the end. I'm going to say it every week. Tom's going to be there in the end because he's got that guy. And it was, an eyebrow-raising pick when it happened, but it was the right pick because he just fucking scores points. He's Derrick fucking Henry. 3, I got Chiquita Banana. Now, Chiquita Banana has probably the worst running back situation in the league, but he has exceptional wide receivers, and he's been able to get a quality production out of his quarterback in Stafford. I mean, can Luke get anything out of running backs? If he can, he's got a really good team. I mean, Tyreek, Devontae, Antonio Brown is loaded. I can't believe that. That's why Russell and I don't have any wide receivers. So I got Luke at 3. And before I go to number 2 and number 1, let's do a little quick recap. We got Dylan at 12. We got Russell at 11. We have Bishop Sycamore at 10. We have Pat at 9. We have me 8. We have Kyle 7. We have Andy 6. We have Chris 5. We have Gorman 4. We have Luke 3. And at 2, we have Juan Tafanta. Now, Juan Tafanta has 408 points for. It's actually not even top 5 in the league, I believe. 1, 2, 3. It is 5th, so it's 5th in the league. But he's got 336 points for. That's a little bit more than Gaz, but that doesn't matter because he's 4-0 and he's putting up a decent amount. He's scoring 102 a week. You tip your cap. That's a good team. It's a second place team. Tui's team looks like it's gonna be good for the long haul. I mean, Godwin's target share has been a little scary. I'm worried about Nick Chubb, but he does have Tony Pollard. He does have Leonard Fournette. He does have Michael Pittman. He's got a lot of guys. He's got Kyler Murray. I like his team. I like Tui at 2. And number 1, we have the reigning champ, the favorite to win it this year, Sally Stubbs. Sal's got a great team. I mean, it's lead follower get out of the way right now. He's got Josh Allen, McLaurin, Mike Williams, Deontay Johnson. It's a travesty that, some of his guys, Tyler Boyd, who's been playing pretty well. It's a really good team for Sally Stubbs. James Robinson, Damian Williams now just picked up off waivers. McCaffrey's hurt and hasn't missed a beat. Leads the league in scoring. I mean, it's the best team in the league. Kudos to Sal. So, those are the power rankings. Sal 1, Tui 2. Luke 3, Gorman 4. Chris 5, Andy 6. Kyle 7, me 8. Pat 9. Stokes 10. Skinny Kyle 11. Herbert Avenue 12. We'll see what happens. I mean, big week coming up. This is officially, ring the alarm. It is the must-win week of the year. The first one for Kyle. He cannot lose. He cannot go 0-5. He's got Juan Tafanta. It's going to be a tough matchup. He's currently projected to lose, but that's why we play the games, If we just didn't play the games, no one would have thought the Jets were going to win. No one thought the Giants were going to win, People thought the Yankees were going to go to the World Series. Has it happened in 10 years? Longer, 12. Who's counting? Not me. But yeah, play your games. Get your lineups in. Pick up guys on waivers. Do something fun. Make a trade. I need a wide receiver. Let me know. I need a running back too. Let me know. Everybody's projected for a really solid week, and I think it's going to be a great week. Week 5. Must win for Kyle. Tune in to find out if he does.